Hey guys, so I'm going to talk a little bit about Evangelion 2.22 You Cannot Advance. Of course, you probably read this above. This is an anime that is based off the very famous Evangelion series that has been very influential in the anime industry. And yeah, so what is this movie about? Well, it's an alternative storyline. I won't give too much away, don't worry. Where they basically change a couple events that occur in the series, just tweak them a little bit. And they basically show you what would happen. They introduce a new character, which, I'm sorry, I guess you saw this. She's Pilot 5, I guess. And they kind of, they describe a little bit about her, though she does not play a huge role, so don't worry. You really haven't missed that much. There's a few tweakings in the cast, or voice actors in the American dub. Fan base for Evangelion is very loyal. A lot of people are upset about it. There was a change for Ray's voice actor and a couple others. With the Ray one, before I bought this, I actually checked online source to see how it was, and they were really upset that they changed Ray's voice actor. And I watched the movie and I could not tell the difference. But Evangelion is such a character-driven storyline that little changes make a huge difference to really loyal fans. Which is understandable because it is such a, each character is so examined in the original anime that each little change is very important. In a certain sense, it's not really subtle towards the end, but it's subtle to a certain extent through the beginning part of the series, if you follow what I mean. What else to say about the series? Oh, real quick, the animation, a lot better than the original. Of course, its time difference is huge now. The music's a lot more dramatic. The characters are developed a little bit quicker, as you would expect in an animated movie. What else? There'll probably be a sequel. I don't want to give too much away, but if you buy this, at the end, there will probably be a sequel. I mean, I'm just going to say that, unless they totally screw us. This could be, I don't know. I mean, it would be horrible if they did not make a third one of these. It's not as dark as the other Evangelion movies, so if you felt really depressed after the last two, like I did, that's me, don't feel bad. This one's a lot lighter. It's still kind of heavy. I mean, it's Evangelion. You can't expect it to be, a Lucky Star-like, but, it's not as dark. What else to mention about the series? I will say one thing about the anime and this movie is that Evangelion, whether you like it or not, was very influential on the industry and very important to a lot of people. And kind of like, well, I mean, it really is a very important anime to understanding aspects of the industry, and kind of, I mean, I understand some of the characters that they create in this series are used in other series, or their influence is felt in other series, to the point where, they've almost become a template to some animes. Anyway, so it's a very important series. Another thing to mention is that it's a lot deeper than most animes are. It's not just a mecha, it's not just a shonen or harem anime. They examine the characters. They really do get into the characters' heads. I mean, literally in like the last 4 episodes of the series, if you've seen the series, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of people were upset with the ending. Frankly, I liked it. I mean, it kind of made the series for me. So, yeah, I think that the movie is good. If you're an Evangelion fan, you should definitely check it out. I will mention one other thing is that there are little changes and they seem more significant. I've already mentioned that, but I want to make sure that you remember that when you're getting the movie. They're going to seem more significant, but remember it's a movie. They're trying to compact the storyline. Before, they were able to tell this whole aspect of the story in like 4 hours. Now they got 2 hours. You know what I mean? Or an hour and 25 minutes or whatever it is. So they don't have as much time, so they got to be more blatant. They can't really be as subtle. This is good because it's good and bad. It's bad because it's less subtle, but it's more direct. And frankly, if there's one thing Evangelion people had a legitimate complaint about, it was that it was very indirect. I mean, it was so confusing. A lot of people still don't understand it after they made movies to explain it, quote unquote, right? So that's what I'd say. Is if anything, this explains it a little bit better. Even though it's an alternative universe, it's another glimpse of the series, if you will. What else to mention? I guess that's basically it. I definitely recommend this for Evangelion fans, as I said earlier. And even if you're not an Evangelion fan, the series is really important to the industry, and you should check it out. At least the first few episodes. I mean, or the last episodes. Start with the last episodes. That's how I started. When I first saw the series, I hated it. I thought it was horrible. I'll be honest with you. The first 2 episodes I saw of Evangelion were like the first. I think it was the second and third, and I thought it was the worst series ever. I thought, and then later on I watched the episode. It was like, I think it was third to the end, and it just blew my mind. And then I ended up buying the series and watched the whole series, and I thought it was. It's a lot deeper than you think it's going to be off the first like 2 to 3 episodes. The other thing to remember is that, of course, it's the first in a lot of areas, so it's interesting to see how it develops. But if you're not interested in that, why should you be? There's plenty of other animes that you could check out, but I definitely at least recommend trying it out. You can't really escape through the movies. That's the other thing I'll say. You really kind of have to watch the anime to get the movies, in my opinion. Now, some people will say that you can skip them. I don't think you can. One of my friends watched it, who just started with the movies, and he was confused as fuck. I mean, the anime doesn't really solve that many problems, but basically you're probably going to be confused. Anyway, subscribe, comment, rate. I've dragged this on long enough. I'm going to go to sleep. Bye.